Hi everyone, Sean here. Today I'm going to be working on the 5 PSP 1000s that were part of my eBay lot. I want to see what's wrong with each one of them, so I'm going to be doing more in-depth testing, and I also want to see if any of them can be fixed, or maybe I can consolidate the good parts from some of the ones that are in worse condition to get a couple of them working. That would be great. So I have a few tools. Again, I've got my auto boot battery, which I'll be using to make sure they power on. I have my Pandora battery, which I'll be using to do factory resets. And I have my magic memory stick. I'm running, this one's DC8, a little old, but it'll do the job. And then to test the UMD drives, I've got the sample disk that came with the PSP 1000 bundle. I'm using this sample disk because I've got a stack of them, so if it gets scratched up, it's no big deal. Plus, this sample disk will pop up in all of the media categories, movies, music, and games. So if it only pops up in games, but it doesn't pop up in the others, then I know that this particular PSP is not a Region 1 US model. That'll tell me that it's running some other regions firmware. And we'll take it from there. Let's see what we've got. This one looks like it's in pretty good cosmetic condition. Let's see if I can get a good shot here. What might not be apparent on camera is that this is an aftermarket faceplate. On the real ones, the faceplate is all one piece. And on the Chinese replacements, it's kind of like a PSP 2000 where there's a separate lens piece that's glued in from the back. So it looks like whoever had this one was trying to refurbish it by putting on a Chinese faceplate, if not an entire shell. Now, the shell looks original, but the faceplate is definitely aftermarket. So let's see what this one does. Okay, we have power. And we have the date test. X button works. So the first thing I'm going to do is run a tester to see if all of the buttons work. And the nice thing about this particular utility, let me change the color scheme so this comes up on camera. That's better. Did we just power off? No. It did reset though, that's kind of weird. Okay, I guess we won't do that. Here we go. So this is Yodi's Keys tester. And this will let me see if all of the buttons are working. Let's get some power going on this because it keeps resetting on me. Maybe that's why this one was in the damaged lot. Okay, so we definitely have analog stick problems. If you notice in the middle, the analog stick indicator should be centered when I let go of it, and it's just sort of jumping all over the place. This is not that uncommon, and it's really not uncommon after doing an aftermarket faceplate, because the way this analog stick is constructed, it needs a really solid pressure connection between the analog stick and the motherboard with a flexible conductive rubber piece wedged in between. So if that connection isn't solid, then the analog stick will bounce all over the place. Other buttons, face buttons, triggers, home button. Okay, all the buttons check out. The screen checks out. The power socket is working because I'm running off power now. So it looks like so far it's just the analog stick. Let's test the UMD drive. And I see this is stuck. Okay. So to exit the tester, hold down all 4 buttons. It's trying to read. Okay, we have a UMD icon. That's good. And we have UMD under video and UMD under audio. So this is a region 1 unit. I'll turn the volume down just in case YouTube freaks out over the background music. Obviously the speakers are working. Okay, reading the disk. And this unit seems to be working fine aside from the analog stick. There's one more system to test, and that is the Wi-Fi. So let's go test the Wi-Fi. Oh, and I need to test USB as well. Network settings, infrastructure, new connection. Switches off. Okay, it's found my retro Wi-Fi. That's the Wi-Fi I use for my PSPs. And only thing left then would be USB. I'll go ahead and test that now. Grab a cable. Okay, and we are in USB mode. Great. Okay, so the only thing wrong with this one is the analog stick. Sure, we can get that taken care of. Next victim. This one has its original faceplate, but it's not in very good cosmetic condition. I think we have a crack here. There's some scratches on the screen, scuff marks. I don't know if they'll polish out. this, see what happens. Again, it powers on and the screen is good. Charge light comes on, so it runs off power. But I have no button access on this side. So before I can get anywhere else with this, I will have to fix these buttons. Number 2. A right flex cable. Number 3. Okay, this one isn't even fully assembled. This is an aftermarket faceplate, by the way. So if I turn it over, you can see the screen area is literally glued in. That's normal on a 2000 or 3000. It's not normal on a 1000. So this one needs some assembly. Let's do that. Screen is disconnected. None of these are good signs. I need a closer view. So to work with these ribbon connectors, I like to use a toothpick as a spudger, because I can be really gentle with it. And try not to break the bail. I like to start with the power. This is the power for the backlight. That clicked in fine. I don't even know if this LCD panel is even good. It's just the one that was in the unit. Okay, LCD panel is in. Let's get the home bar. This is the home bar. There's a flex cable across the top. And on the 1000, it's a metal support. On the other models, the support's made of plastic. Now let's see if it turns on. It's Pandora. Where do I go here? No. Okay, so this is the one that flashes a green light and then shuts off. So what we can do is try Pandora. See if that will bring it up. Okay, we have green light staying on longer with the Pandora battery. So let's see if it will boot the memory stick. No. Still crashing during the IPL initial program load. So, this one is dead. I'll set it aside because I have a feeling I'm going to need to scrap it for parts. Then we have number 4. So number 3 is dead. Number 4. Cosmetically, this one's definitely been disassembled. The screen faceplate is original. If I can clean this up enough, maybe I'll swap it over to the one with the bad thumbstick, and that might cure the thumbstick as well. The rest of it looks intact, although it's definitely been disassembled before. It's missing a bottom screw. Okay. Is this the one where the light didn't work but the screen did? Yes. Okay, so this one has something wrong with the switch area because there's no LED. The buttons do work though, and those are on the same board, interestingly enough. Oh, and I think I see what's going on here. The switch, there's no resistance at all. This just flops around. So this switchboard definitely has a problem. Oh, and it's in French. Okay, let's see if we can't switch this to English. Systeme. English, that helps. Does it charge? Now, even though this indicator is bad, probably the LED is missing. I do have a charge indicator on screen. Good sign. Have I misplaced my memory stick? Yes. Oh, and there is no response on this analog stick at all. Down arrow is a little stiff. And I think the home row buttons might actually be missing. There's no click on them at all, and they're pushing in further than they should. So internally, I think this one's going to need work. So what do we have here is no we have a bad power switch. We have a missing home row. And a bad analog stick. the faceplate might be salvageable. So on to the next candidate. Okay, this is an original faceplate. No seam here. This is all one piece of plastic. I do feel resistance on these buttons. The switch is there. Okay. Okay, and this is the one where we get a very brief power blink. And then nothing. We can try it with a Pandora, but I have a feeling this is just bad hardware. Same. Okay, so let's take stock. This one won't boot. DOA. Okay, so we have DOA, another DOA. We have one with problems in the right flex cable area, another one with just memory stick drift, and this one with problems in the right flex cable. Hi everyone, this is Sean. I just wanted to wrap up this video because this repair session went on for hours and I have hours and hours and hours of footage to sift through and see if I can edit something coherent together. So testing and fixing these PSPs, no problem. Figuring out how to film and edit video, that's all new to me, so I'm making it up as I go. But anyway, so just to recap, I got through testing the 5 PSP 1000s, notated all the problems, and then went on to start working on them and seeing which ones I can revive. So I'm going to post an update video that has, you know, what became of these 5 units, and I'm going to post a repair video of at least one of them so you can see kind of the process of going through one that's got, you know, multiple interesting issues to work through. Let me know if you like this video. Thanks for watching, and if you made it to this point, really, thanks for watching, and bye for now.